How is everyone on this Monday? Didn't mean to shake my camera. This is Jody Parker of Higher Living Journey, and I am coming live to you tonight with today's thought. It's August, I think 5th, something like that, 2018. And no, 6th, August 6th, sorry about that. And tonight I want to talk about something that I actually posted about last week, but I don't feel like enough people saw it. And I think it is so important. And I wanted to bring it into everybody's attention. So 2018 set a new record that is not a good record. Last week on August 1st, we hit Earth's Overshoot Day. And I've got some things written down so I don't get this wrong. Earth's Overshoot Day is the day in the year when the consumption of Earth's resources overtakes nature's ability to regenerate those resources in a year. So it should take a year for us to use those resources, and this year it took 7 months, 7 of 12 months. And they started tracking this back in the 1970s, and at that time we could almost make it all the way through a year. And now 7 months that we used all of the resources that Earth can regenerate in a year. And that should be front page news to my mind, because we literally are going to kill ourselves if we don't do something to stop that. And you know me, I'm all about solutions. And so tonight I wanted to talk about some of the solutions that you can do in your own life on a daily basis to fix this problem. So one of the things you can do is to go entirely vegan for 1 day a week. All right, I am vegan. I am not going to tell you have to be vegan, because I'm not that girl. I think that different people need different diets, but there is no doubt that animal agriculture is one of the things on the planet that is putting the most stress on the planet. And let me see if I can explain why. So for a pound of beef, if you're having a hamburger, it takes far more water and far more grains and far more land for that cow to graze on. And it takes, all of their waste that comes out of them ends up in the oceans, and all of the fertilizer used to grow that grain ends up in the oceans. It's the number one cause of the coral reefs dying. It's the number one cause of cutting back the rainforest, just so that they can grow mostly cattle. It's mostly cows, but there are other things. It's really hard on the environment. And there's this website that you can look at called thevegancalculator.com. And so I took the liberty of setting it up. If you went vegan just 1 day a week, you would in 1 year save 66,000 gallons of water, 1,800 square feet of rainforest, 60 animal lives, 2,400 pounds of grain, and 1,200 pounds of carbon dioxide in the environment. You can make a sizable impact that way. And I want you to think about, if everybody did this, if we did this in mass, it makes a huge difference. And it's just 1 day a week. And if you want to go even further, obviously that's going to have bigger benefits for the environment and for us. But I just wanted to put that into perspective. Other things that you can do. If you reduce your carbon footprint, if we all reduced our carbon footprint, we could reduce how long it takes to get to that overshoot point by 3 months. So what are things you can do to reduce your carbon footprint? Obviously, taking public transportation, or what is the word? Carpooling. That's the word I'm trying to come up with. Solar panels. And we do have solar panels on our house. And it was something that I wanted for years and years, because I actually wrote a paper on this very subject 20-something years ago when I was in college. And so it's been in my mind for a long time. And there are lots and lots of solar companies out there who are leasing solar panels to you. So basically, you pay the solar power company instead of the electric company. And for us, between putting the solar panels on and the tax rebate that we got for putting the solar panels on, we are paying less every month than we were paying when we were paying the electric company, but we are making nearly 100% of all the energy we use with the solar panels on our house. So it's a lot more doable than you think it is. And I know in the state of Colorado, the HOA cannot stop you. It's against the law for them to stop you. They can say, no, you can't put it there, or you have to put it here. But by law, they have to let you put the solar panels on. So that's something that a lot of people can do, and it's not available everywhere, I know. And if you do it, be aware it changes the EMF on your house, and there are things you're going to have to do to mitigate that. So if you go down that road, talk to me about that, because that's something that we had to do. Other things that you can do, eating raw. I know this is going to sound weird, but you're using energy to cook your food. If you eat raw a couple times a week, you're going to lower your carbon footprint. If you don't use plastic bags, we take, those reusable bags, they stay in our car all the time. And if all of my kids are with me and I don't have my bags, we all carry it, because it takes energy to produce those plastic bags that will never ever biodegrade, that are causing the gigantic island in the middle of the ocean that is decreasing the Earth's ability to make oxygen, because one of the things that makes oxygen for us are those little tiny microplankton that sit on top of the ocean. They produce a ton of our oxygen, and if there's plastic on top of them, they are dying, and that is not good for our atmosphere. So it's just one more little way. Yeah, a lot of people are talking about not using straws. We don't use straws. That's not going to make as big of an impact, but do it. Like, do anything you can think of. And there are things that I made a list the other day that I have up here on my computer. Try and lower your use of one-use plastics. Work from home if you can. Get toilet paper that's not made from trees. We get toilet paper from a company called, I'm pretty sure it's What the Crap. And actually, if you want, I can refer you, and then I get $10 off of my toilet paper. But they send it to our house, and it comes in a cardboard box, and it's wrapped in paper instead of plastic. And I'm pretty sure it's made from bamboo. So if it's made from sugar cane, you have to worry about pesticides in it, but not if it's made from bamboo. So that's another little thing you can do. Some people use family cloth, which is basically cloths that they wash, that they wipe themselves with. I can't get my husband on board with that. I've tried. Honestly, I haven't tried that hard, because it'd be kind of weird for me too. There are some things that we're so used to in our lives that it's really hard to make that change, but I'm doing whatever I can. Things like bringing your electronic recyclable things to Best Buy to recycle them, because they will recycle them. You don't want to put those into the landfills, because that will leach heavy metals into our soil and our water system, and that's bad for us. So don't do that. Best Buy takes most things. And Lowe's and Best Buy both will take your plastic bags. In most places, you can't just put it in your recycle bin, because plastic bags get caught in the machinery, and so that's why they don't like to take them to recycle them. But there are certain places that will do that, and I just keep my bags like on a hook when we get them. I try and avoid them whenever possible, but you can't. Like, they throw the community newspaper on my driveway every week, and I can't stop them. So I put all those bags in a bag on a hook, and then I take them over to the Lowe's, which is down the street, and they have a recycle bin for plastic bags. Trying to think, whatever, try and grow your own food. That's gonna help. But these are just some ideas, and I know there are a lot more. So whatever I missed, I want you to put in the comments of this video, what are you doing to lower your carbon footprint, to help the environment, etc., etc. There's one more thing that I want to add, because it just popped into my head, and then I will wrap up, because I know I like to talk too much. The way that you get your food, so buying from local farmers, that's going to have a lower carbon footprint. The company I work with, the nutrition company I work with, that is all whole foods, we have the lowest carbon footprint of any food supply system in the world, because of the way the foods are processed and delivered. And so that's another way that you can change things. And if you're interested in learning more about how that works and why it's a lower carbon footprint, let me know, and I will send you a video about that, because the first time I watched it, I was like, when I get yummy food that's fast and I get to lower my carbon footprint. So I'll leave you guys with that. But please, put your comments down in here. What are you doing in your everyday life that is really helping to save the environment and save all our health and really make this a better place for not just the next generation, but what do they say? The next 7 generations. Thank you for listening tonight. If you think this video will help somebody, please feel free to share it. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Good night.